just simply because I can, I want to say that I hate you and that you are a crappy person. Just know, at least in my eyes, you shame your father. No, he taught you better. You suck. Oh, ow. She's a heavy hitter. She knows where the pressure points are. Oh my goodness. You shame your father is wild. She went on a whole dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow thing. Excellent, Mushu. Guys, I am tired of all the election stuff. So let's react to some r/nice girls. So that'll put us in a good mood. Is this a good idea? I don't know. Maybe we can redeem some of the brain rot. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Knew this girl for about 3.5 months before she started getting jealous of my relationship with friends. Okay. And couldn't stop arguing and showing the insecurity she had. So I broke up with her and blocked her on everything but iMessage. She told me she likes to stalk people, so trust me, it was the right move. Dude, yeah, the moment she told you she likes to stalk people, you should have been out of there. Yeah, that's a red flag. You can see here one of the first messages she sent me when we broke up was her location. I thought that was pretty odd, but I knew this girl likes to be petty, so I ignored it. I'm not clear on what he's getting at there. Like maybe the location was at another guy's house, or she's at a club or something. Who knows? I don't know. And she just wanted to let him know so that he would suffer, which clearly he's not. Currently now, after almost 2 months of not being together, she texted me this, turning more into what I feared the most. I have so many questions, but I also kind of don't want the answers. Maybe this is just my naive Christian boy talking, but like, how do you get to the place where you just text a person to let them know that you hate them and that they have shamed their lineage? I didn't realize that. Look, are these people real? Anyways, let's move on. Honestly, I'm laying here thinking, what's the point? Nobody wants a girlfriend anymore. It's weird. I'm not sure if you're the same way, but it just sucks being taken for granted all the time. I'm so nice and sexy. I just get taken for granted. Really? You're so nice. Do people tell you that? Okay. Girl, what did you go through? What happened with your last boyfriend? Do you still want your last boyfriend? That's what I kind of read into this, is that there's a guy that she's kind of pining away for. Is like, ugh, what's the point if I can't have the guy that I actually want? Sorry, you're not him. I'm just venting. I like how she kind of tries to give an olive branch in the middle of this, like, hey, maybe you're the same way as me. Maybe you're also super sexy and feel taken for granted. Let's see what the comments say. Blocking is a great feature. No, blocking people is weak. Nah, my time is too valuable to deal with a crazy person spamming me texts all the time. This coming from someone replying to a Reddit thread is perhaps the most hilarious thing I've seen today. Guys, we are on Reddit right now. No one's time is valuable at this point. Anyways, let's move on. What else do you want? Your whole soul. What?
That escalated quickly.
Give me your soul. Well, that isn't gonna happen. Is there something realistic you want? Yeah, girl, what are you doing? But also, I almost see where she's coming from with this, because in a relationship, you should want more than just the surface level stuff. Eventually, you should get to the point where you actually know that person, not just their facade, but the actual person. But the way that she's communicating it is, oh, you can do better. Makes it sound like she wants to devour you. Let's see what the comments say. Yeah, I think you're just strange. I am strange. I know. We have visual proof. Here's the hard-hitting investigative journalism. Girl, what do you even mean by this? What does it mean for someone to give their whole soul? I wanted the whole soul. Question answered?
Technically, yes.
Girl is too autistic for emotional intimacy, and I'm here for it. Had to make sure it was the whole soul, not like half of it or something. When you're devouring people's spirits, you need to make sure you're getting the full, the full meal. You don't want to leave anything on the plate. Okay, next nice girl. What screams insecurity for you? Men, the species, in general. What are you doing? Why are you on a dating app? This is from a while ago. She had on her profile that she hates insecure men. So trying to build a conversation, I asked her the question, and this was her response. Suffice to say, I did not stick around longer to find out more. So she's saying, hey, I don't like insecure guys. He tries to figure out, okay, well, what is insecure? Well, just men are insecure. All of them. Okay. I am so sorry. I apologize for existing the way that I do. I will try to not do that anymore. Yeah, what is going on here? What is she doing? Let's see what the comments say. Fishing for justification of her opinion. Yeah? Intentionally tries to make men angry. I knew it! Literally all men. Is that really what your life has been reduced to? Going on dating apps, not to date, but just to have your opinions about men validated? Men. Bad. Stunning. Brave. Big if true. This is some, like, Jesus-less behaviors. This is like heavenly fatherless behavior. Seriously, this is what happens when you become completely disconnected from any objective morality. Nobody has any, like, moral bedrock to keep them from just turning feral. So when they say that she's fishing for justifications of her opinion, it's actually more like she's fishing for justification of her morality. But at the same time, she doesn't feel good about her morality. There's still a part of her conscience that knows that it's not right. So yeah, if you're living with that cognitive dissonance, you're probably going to look for ways to poke the bear and try to get them to be upset and turn them into the thing that you believe them to be so that you can say, okay, yeah, actually, no, I was right all along. I feel better now. This is also what happens when you're constantly inundated with media for modern audiences. Even in dating situations, you end up talking to girls who genuinely believe that that's socially acceptable, and not just acceptable, but good. You're actually doing a societal service by bringing men down a notch because, right, the patriarchy and they're, oppressing women. And so by being a jerk to men and seeing the worst in them, she's maybe somehow in her mind doing society a favor. Anyways, I think that's all we can learn from this one. I didn't know you used to get up early just to text me before I went to work. Why didn't you tell me that? Your communication sucks, Ryan. Oh my goodness. How dare you be thoughtful and not take credit? Did you ever think of how that would make me feel? Yeah, it looks like she just kind of wants to be mad. Enemy spotted. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's just miserable and she hates herself and she's trying to get some of that out onto someone else. He's just the perfect avatar at the moment. It feels like a lose-lose situation. Tell her you're waking up early to text, guilt tripping, manipulation, not telling her, bad communication. Sometimes it's up to the people involved to interpret things happily. If you're too negative, everything becomes a lose-lose. Yeah, that's true. Communication is a two-way street. You have the sender, you have a receiver, and you do have to try to navigate the way they're going to take things. But at the same time, if a person wants to misinterpret what you're saying badly, you can't control that. Random acts of charity should not be publicly announced. We need to just do what's right and what it good for our community, help, and keep moving forward, rather than stopping to admire ourselves for being so nice and thoughtful. Kudos to this guy for bringing Jesus into the conversation without even realizing it. Maybe. This is exactly what Jesus meant when he said, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing when you're doing your good deeds. Here's a positive comment. Like, I do dozens of minuscule things for my significant other, probably weekly. Sometimes she notices, sometimes she doesn't. If she does, she says thank you, and I'm sweet, and moves on feeling good. But there have been a couple of times where I've had to bring those things up because she was feeling insecure and underappreciated. But never in all our time together has she gotten angry about me doing nice things for her and not bragging to her about it. First of all, we need to remind ourselves, this is not everyone. We're in the subreddit for the worst of the worst. So yeah, we should not be surprised when we see the worst of the worst. Now, that does not mean everyone is like that. In fact, it doesn't mean that most people are like this. Something we have to keep reminding ourselves of in the social media age with like all the am I the a-hole and like Reddit reaction things. Those things draw us in because they have a lot of emotional content to them and we're looking to feel something. But that gets us stuck constantly watching the extremes of things all the time. And that recalibrates what we think normal is. I do recognize the irony of saying that in a reaction video. And because of that, we should probably look at something that's a little more wholesome, just to cleanse our palate, remind us that no, this is not all there is. There's good things out there. Oh, this is a good one. A girl I've been talking to for several months sent flowers to my house today. I cried. I never thought someone would be this nice to me. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. So yeah, there's good ones out there. They exist. Also, dude, girls don't randomly send flowers to guys that they don't like. She likes you, so Probably capitalize on that. Okay. What else? Okay, this is perfect. So I know a lot of my Christian brothers are thinking to themselves, if these guys would just date Christian women, then they wouldn't have any of these problems. Because Christian women don't do any of that. They're above all of that. Yeah. Well, yes, your odds are probably better, but it's still, well, gave my number to a lady at church that I was told was in charge of coordinating ministry programs and events. I later found out that was a lie, and she was not involved in any of that. What are your thoughts about being with someone who is cute? In a broken kind of way. We're already off to a great start. I'm not really sure I understand what you're talking about, but if you're talking about yourself, I hardly even know you. It's just that I'm cute. But broken. Who are you talking to? I feel like she thinks that she's having a different conversation than the one that's actually happening.
Who are you talking to right now?
I'll have to take your word for it, but I really don't understand what that means and hardly know you. Dude is trying hard from the jump to pump the brakes. Let's slow this down. We are not going where you think we're going. And she's just like, nope. Keeps driving off, careening down the cliff. He's like, hey, I don't want to go down that road. And she's just like, I don't care. I don't care for tattoos. Well, I don't care what you think about them. It's not a problem of salvation. So I'm getting more. Huh? I feel like she's talking to multiple other people that aren't in this conversation at this moment, if you catch my drift. I never said it was. I just said I don't like them. Well, I don't need your approval. I'm getting more tattoos. Okay. Quit being so intense. You're taking your faith too seriously. Nobody's going to like you because of that. Oh my goodness. To think I was going to sleep with you, but you up and ghosted me. Piece of crap. I'm going to have to ask you not to message me anymore. Thanks. Whatever. Leave. F you. Oh, okay. Some Christian behaviors. You're worthless. Nobody will like you. You should. Oh, I can't say that on YouTube. Did you just change your number to contact me again? I shouldn't laugh. This is not good, dude. Yeah, this is where you call the cops. Stop blocking me. Stop changing your number. Yeah, so in her world, she has the right to talk to anyone she wants to. And for him to block her is infringing on her rights. She just speed ran through a whole toxic relationship by herself. Yeah, no, she did seem like she was talking to somebody that wasn't there. She was seeing ghosts. Ghosting level, biblical. That's what we in the business call holy ghosting. I'm sorry to everyone involved with this. I'm also curious about like the setup here. Who set them up and who did the lying? Did she lie to somebody else at the church who then set them up? Or is this somebody kind of playing matchmaker? I've had things like this happen where somebody at the church will meet a new person, a new girl, and they would try to like set me up with this girl who's kind of a newish Christian, kind of broken, but cute. And their thinking was, well, Matt is a really stable guy. He's got a really solid faith. And this girl needs someone to solidify her faith and draw her in. And so if we get them together, that solves the problem for both of them, right? We're doing both of these people a favor. You are not. It does not work like that. But that's what they think. Almost feel sorry for her when you consider how difficult life must be for a person like that. Yeah. When you live in a brain where the stories are all messed up, and your mental picture of life doesn't match reality, it makes things really hard. That doesn't excuse it. I mean, she's still a human being with free will and she's still able to make choices. But clearly this is not a person who actually knows Jesus. And that's something that we should make abundantly clear right out of the gate. They always find Jesus because he's the last one left. I mean, yeah, he's also kind of the only one who can do anything to help us with our real core soul level problems. And yeah, a lot of people don't find him until they have nothing else to try. But there's also a lot of people that find him but don't really know him. It's that sort of, oh, I can do whatever I want and be whatever I want, say whatever I want, and Jesus will forgive me. So you can't judge me, right? That's not real Christianity. Actually following Jesus means counting the cost, leaving your old, sinful, selfish person behind. And so, yeah, you see a lot of sort of free riders, people who come into Christianity, who want the benefits of Jesus and Christianity without the cost of actually living it and doing it. And it reinforces another false frame that a lot of guys have, which is that no matter where you go, even Christian girls will treat you like garbage and they're all too broken to be worth dating. When that is not true. That's what the story in our mind is telling us, but that's not real life. Anyways, I feel like we need to rinse off with something wholesome again. I hope my homies heal from the things they don't talk about. Mary had a little lamb that cares for the homies. That has nothing to do with relationships, but we needed a palate cleanser. Well, this has been one of the videos of all time. Hopefully it's at least entertaining. Subscribe if you want more. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm hungry. I'll see you next time. Oh,
Food.
yeah. We get
Yeah.
some burgers.
Burger King.
Yeah. I guess we got those are coupons she's holding. I guess we're going to Burger King. You guys are on your own now. Stay weird and get out of here while you still can.